Win number 5 on the spin in the Premier League. How happy were you with that 90-plus minutes tonight?
Very, very so. Super strong opponent. I couldn't respect Mohamed Salah doing that. They have injury problems. Made 5 changes, and that's the way they play. Well, exceptional. I thought we controlled, especially in the first half, big parts of the game, but the second half it opened up because they became more direct and wow, really good team, I have to say. And so it was tricky until the end, and we have still things to improve. But if 5 wins in a row would be easy, everybody would do it. So it's obviously not. We had Sunday, tonight is Wednesday, and we play Saturday again. So then obviously you can feel that. But apart from that, I liked it a lot.
Did your performance, certainly in terms of chances created, deserve more than a 1-0 scoreline victory?
I don't care, to be honest. They had a big chance, so they could have scored. Yes, I think in the first half especially we had a few moments where we could have scored, but yeah, that's how it is. So you have to create, and I saw a lot of good performances. Saw a big fight, saw a really good spirit. Boys who came on were really flying into the challenges, and that's so important. And of course we can control or should control our game better in these moments, but that's something we have to improve. But that's all fine. And we played much worse in the past and won 1-0, so that's absolutely fine.
How welcome was the clean sheet tonight, particularly given the antics against Spurs at the weekend? Your first in 6. Is that as big a plus as the 3 point?
Absolutely. Ali was close to cry. Clean sheet. So yeah, it's pretty rare for us this season. So super important and really nice, especially for him, but for us important as well.
And Jürgen, I know we discussed it before the game, but regardless of where your form takes you now, how important is it you've rediscovered the winning momentum that we're used to seeing from this team?
You're right, super important. That's what I said. We have to try to do something what we can use, which brings us up in the table, obviously, and that was super important. But something we can build on in the next season, and that's exactly what we do in the moment. And I'm really pleased with that.
Jürgen, thank you.
They didn't have it all their own way. This was the big moment in the first half. Are we definitely convinced this is a penalty?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not. I can't, Mo. Not with that. Look, I get he swings, but there is actual no contact with the leg he swings with. The other leg's standing still, so for that to happen, he's initiated it. But when you got a penalty and Mo Salah steps up, he's in great form and he smashes it straight down the centre again.
Yeah, there was no debate about the finish, but the awarding of the penalty certainly calmer tonight, Jurgen Klopp, than he was at full time on Sunday anyway. So Sean doesn't think that's a penalty.
No, and to be honest, I get what he's saying. When I saw it, I thought, oh, word, it's a stone cold banker of a penalty. Nunez nips in, Jop's slow, ponderous, dreaming. I don't know what he's doing. But when you do look at it, to me, when I first looked at that, I thought, oh wow, he's just mugged him. He's nipped in and he's bought a penalty. But when you look at it from this angle, this is the angle. Left foot doesn't catch him. There is a brushing of the legs. There's definitely contact there.
You can be honest. You can just say stop.
60-40 in favour of a penalty. Just a penalty.
So if we're going to what Howard Webb is trying to do, he wants the on-field referee to referee games. Once it's given, you then spin that back. If you're in VAR, you don't think that's a clear and obvious error?
No, because the very fact that he thinks probably not a penalty, I think probably is a penalty. Well, there you go. There's debate there.
I don't know,
we're not talking.
No, you said he brushes him. You can't just if you got a penalty for every time somebody brush somebody.
Yeah,
we'll have loads of them this year.
If he's just stood still and you go past him and you brush him, then I get it. But he nips it. He's swinging his leg. He has to check his run. If he continues just running normally, he probably gets a right good kick in. Look, he has to jump out the way, and he gets there first, and and Jop swinging his leg.
But this is what Howard Webb's trying to integrate. It's been given on field.
Yeah, stick with it.
So that has to be a howler for it to be ungiven. That's the question about.
You saying that's a howler?
And you're saying that's a howler.
I think it should have been looked at. I think he should have looked at it.
It has been looked at.
No, by him. I think he should have gone to the monitor and had a look at that. I don't think you should give penalties for that. Otherwise, defenders can't go near anybody.
What do you mean?
There'll be no tackling in the box.
He's just been
given, it.
Oh,
Okay, that's
John.
fine. But once it's been given, this is what the PGMOL are
Okay.
saying. Once it's been given, it has to be looked at and be a howler.
That's not a howler either way.
I know you
he-
think that. I'm just trying to.
No, but if he didn't give it, I wouldn't say, oh, that's a disgrace, go to the monitor and have a look, because it should be.
I'm
I'd
not
say, okay,
saying
the
it's
ref's
a
not given it.
disgrace.
I think it probably is, but the ref's not giving it. Certainly not a
Tell you
howler.
what,
Play on.
We're running out of time, so you two continue your debate. In the meantime, the rest of us will hear from the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp.
You're in a
Wins in a row for Liverpool. That's their best winning run of the entire season. 4 of them by a 1-goal margin, up to 5th, 59 points, 4 off Manchester United, but they have played 2 games more. United, of course, are the Thursday night fixture this week away at Brighton. City, a point clear with a game in hand. 35 goals for Erling Haaland. We have to finish the show talking about the phenomenon, the one-off that is this man. And the question is as well, what levels can he still find and this team? I mean, you keep talking about the treble. The performances and the results aren't dampening your enthusiasm.
They're not at all. No, absolutely not. I look at their remaining games. I think there's nothing for them to worry about at all. They've not got any of the big hitters to play. You know, I think they're far better than Manchester United at the moment. I think they'll win the cup final. They absolutely battered Real Madrid in the Champions League last year, and they were probably a worse team for about 5 minutes of the entire leg and got knocked out somehow. They're the best team in Europe, Steve. They're the best team in Europe. And I think I'd be astounded if they don't win all 3.
And they've certainly got the best striker in Europe.
Yep, and I'm not going to disagree with Mo right there. I'm going to let him have this one. But yeah, they've just been phenomenal. And they're just going to, the winning is only helping. Just next game. And adrenaline and quality will do the rest.
And this guy just won't forget tonight in a hurry, will he?
We're running out of superlatives, Steve. I don't think I can think of any more words to describe him.
Well, we spoke live to him as well. What a night for Erling Haaland. My thanks to Michael and to Sean, and indeed for Manchester City as well. They're back on top of the pile from the 3 of us. We'll see you soon.
Position maintenant. Alors, que se passe-t-il? Le buteur Hakim Ziyech est resté au sol.